through it. And then we'll talk about how it relates to 23, because you'll notice it's the exact same fractions, but a different function. So I kind of want to talk about the difference between multiplying and subtracting. So go ahead on your own, give 22 a try. And then if you finish in time, we'll also do 23 in your notebook, and then we'll talk about it, okay? So I'll give you guys just a quick second here to work through those, all right? Whenever you are done with just 22, will you just, don't say the answer, will you just unmute yourself really quick and let me know?
Done.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right.
Done.
Done.
Perfect. All right, let's have, I heard Aaliyah shout out. Aaliyah, would you mind doing 22 for us?
Sure.
All right, what do we need to do, Aaliyah?
So first we gotta times 5 with 7.
Okay. And what is
Which will
that?
give us 35.
Okay, and then what about with the top?
You gotta do 4 times 3, which will give us 12.
Great. And then is there anything else we could do? Do we need to do? What do we think?
I don't think so. You can simplify it.
Simplify it. Okay, and how would I do that?
Put 12 into 34, divide 12 and 34.
Well, we got 35 and 12. And I do agree, we always, because whenever you see a big fraction like this, you always want to try to simplify, right? I mean, that's something you just want to do. But I'm trying to think of what goes into both 12 and 35. Is there a number that goes into both 12 and 35? If you guys are ever stuck, an easy way to do this would be, okay, so what goes into 12? Well, I know 1 times 12 is 12. What else goes into 12?
2s.
2 and
3.
3, 4, and 6. And that's all we have here. So we'd have to look at 35 and be like, okay, so does 2 go into 35? No, it's not a number. Does 3 go into 35? No, 4. So what's crazy, you guys, is that actually cannot be simplified. There is no way, there's no common factor here that we could divide by. So that's actually it. But I love that you guys are actually going, because originally when we started this, we were just like, okay, let's multiply. And then we were kind of just leaving it. I love that you guys are now getting in the habit of, okay, let's simplify. And weirdly enough, that's it. That's as far as that one goes. So now, 23. Same exact numbers, totally different problem. Who could do 23 for us? And Rocky, was that you on the last one or Quinn? I have all your faces hidden.
It was me, Rocky.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you. I'm just making sure. I wanted to give you points for participating. Thank you, Rocky. 23. Who can do 23? All of you can.
I am. I'm already doing it.
Okay, Mr. Ridian, talk us through it. What do we need to do?
So, for me, I'm making a circle. Now I'm splitting it into 7s.
Okay, why are you doing that?
Well, now I have 3 7s. And I'm going to color 3 of those in.
But we're subtracting though, we're not multiplying. Anyone?
I know, but the thing is, I'm not multiplying still.
Oh,
Still
okay, okay.
draw another circle with another color around it. I was using blue for the 7ths. I'm using red for the 5ths.
Okay. So let's
Now
do
I'm
this.
drawing in 5ths.
Okay, let's do this. I want you to finish your circles and we're gonna come back to you.
Okay.
I want to hear from someone else. Can I just go ahead and subtract 5ths and 7ths?
No,
No, why not?
because the denominators are not the same.
Thank you, Gio. They're not the same, right? So
Yeah.
I need to find a common denominator because I cannot subtract 5ths and 7ths. Like we did up here with the last problem, if you want to skip count, you can. That's totally fine. If you're like, okay, so I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If you want to do it that way, feel free. Because you're trying to find a number that goes into both, that 5 and 7 both go into. And if I was going through this, I'd be like, okay, so far, nope, none of these are a multiple of 7. No, it's still not there. And so in your notebook, if you want to do this, you absolutely could. You're like, still not there. And then you say, oh, 35. Yes, that works for both, right? Because 5 times 7 equals 35, or 7 times 5 equals 35. All right, Gio, so I want to turn them both into 35ths. What do I need to do to my 4/5? What do I need to multiply by?
7?
Yes, sir. So what is 4 times 7?
28.
Good work, Gio. And we decided that 5 times 7 is?
35.
Okay, cool. So now I have 28 35ths minus 3/7. Still doesn't work, does it?
Nope.
What do I need to do now, Gio? What do I need to multiply my 3/7 by?
5.
Yes, you were on a roll today. 3 times 5 equals?
15.
Nice. And 7 times 5 equals?
35.
Aha. So now, you guys, what do we think? Does it look a little bit better if I say
I couldn't figure it out with the circle.
28 35ths minus 15 35ths? Do we feel a little bit better about that?
Yes.
Okay, so now that we're here, I want you guys to solve and see if you can simplify. So I want to pause for just a second.
Ooh, so.
Simplify. Okay. So I'll rewrite the equation here with a common denominator. And then I want you guys to take a quick second and see, can I make it smaller? And hopefully you have all this in your notebook because it's a good thing to go back to. So I'm actually going to erase. Has everyone written this part down? Finding the common denominator?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to erase this part and then we can solve it there because it's getting a little crowded. All right, Justin, I heard from you. If I was to do 28 35ths minus 15 35ths, what do I end up with?
You would end up with
Well, what's my denominator? What is it still going to be?
35.
Yes, sir. And then now I have 28 minus 15. What do we think?
13.
What do we know about the number 13, Justin?
13 goes into 35.
Does it? Should we try it?
Yeah.
So 13. What's next?
13, 26.
Mm-hmm.
Then
39.
9.
Bummer. Okay, so that doesn't work. Nothing else. 13 is prime, guys. So 13 is one of those tricky ones that if you get a 13, you are pretty darn stuck. Can't be divided by 2, can't be divided by 3, 4, 5, 6, none of it works. Huge bummer on 13. So, guess what? We're done. Oddly enough, some of these cannot be simplified. That's it. We're done. You guys probably like those ones, huh? It's nice, easy route. We're gonna do about 2 more together and then we'll let you guys go. I feel like we're actually really getting this. Like I have a really good feeling about this today, which I like. So, skip counting is always your friend. I will show you how to use ratio tables today too, which will be helpful. Let's do number 32. So we have here, and you guys don't have to write the whole word problem in your notebook because that's a lot of words, but we should probably write the numbers in there. Ashanti has a bag that contains 4 1/4 cups of rice. She uses 2/3 cups. How much rice is left in the bag? If I am trying to figure out how much rice is left over, what function am I doing? Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? What do we think?
Subtracting.
Why do you say subtracting?
It's how much is left. We have to subtract to see how much.
What if I said Ashanti has a bag that has 4 1/4 cups of rice? Then she put 2/3 cup more in. How much rice does she have altogether? Then what would we be doing?
Addition.
Good. So if she's using rice, you guys, it's going away. She can't put it back in the bag once she's used it. No one's ever gonna take cooked rice and put it back in the bag. So it's gone, it's subtracting. So I'm gonna set this up as 4, ooh, it's a long 4. 4 1/4 cups minus 2/3 cups. I'm gonna let you hang out on your own for a quick second and see if you can attempt to solve this one. And then we're gonna talk about it. So I wanna give you some independent struggle time, as I like to call it. Work through it, see what you can do, and then we'll come back together. Even if you can't solve this problem, if you could work on finding a common denominator, or if you could work on finding the improper fraction so we could subtract, all of those steps are really, really important. So if you're like, man, I can't quite solve it yet, but I can find a common denominator, then that's great. You're halfway there. Okay, so I'll give you all just a few seconds. Will you do me a favor? Whenever you're done, will you just shout out that you're done, and then we can have one of you share, preferably somebody we haven't heard from yet? Maybe Bella L, I'd love to hear from you, or Bella B, or Addie. We haven't heard-
Done.
Okay. Yes.
I'm having trouble on common denominators.
Oh, well then should we do it together? Do you want to do it with me?
Sure.
Okay. We do this problem together, Bella? All right. So let's use you. You're a great example. Let's have you help us work through this, okay?
Me.
So let's do this, Bella. First, what we know is if I was to look at this, I know I can't do 1/4 minus 2/3, right? Doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to turn this into an improper fraction. Because 1/4 is smaller than 2/3. I can't take that away. So I need to turn this to an improper. Bella, what do I need to do to turn this into an improper fraction? Do you know?
Times 4
Yep.
and 4.
Yep. And what is 4 times 4?
16.
Yep. So do you remember to turn it into an improper fraction, we multiply the bottom and then we add the top. And I've told you guys, write this in your notebook. This little picture, multiply the bottom, add the top, and that way when you go back later, you'll remember, okay? So Bella, you told me 4 times 4 is 16. I need to add one more. What am I at?
17.
Yes. So now, at least my fraction is now bigger than what I'm taking away. So that's good. We're a step in the right direction. I now have 17/4 minus 2/3. Huh. Now what do I know, Bella, about my denominators? What do we say we needed to do? Can I subtract fourths and thirds?
No.
No, I can't, because those are different denominators. So what we can do is we can skip count to find a common denominator, right? So we have 4. We know 3 doesn't go into 4. We have 8. Does 3 go into 8?
No.
No. Next would be 12. Does 3 go into 12? She does. So we could say that 12 could be our common denominator because 4 and 3 both go into 12. So now what I have to do is I have to multiply these numbers so that they're both in 12ths. Okay? So I would love to hear from Amelia. Amelia, can you help me turn both of these into 12ths? Would you be able to do that? Oops. Or Addie, could you help me? I haven't heard from you yet either. Quinn, Rocky, Asher, anyone? I'll help you guys too.
So 17/4 minus 2/3. But they're different denominators.
Yeah.
We have to multiply 4 times 3, 17 times 3, and 2 times 4.
So let me do this really quickly, and I'm going to split these up into 2 boxes so you guys can see my boxes a little better. So the way that I like to set this up is I like to say this fraction times something, some empty something gives me 12, right? We
Yeah.
don't know what that is. And then whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do the top, right? So really, if we were to look at this, we'd have 4 times whatever this blank space is equals 12. What did you say that was?
It was 17 times 3,
Oh, yeah.
which
Okay.
is 41.
Good. Okay, so stop just for a second, Radian. So Bella, do you see how we're doing this? What we decided is we need both denominators to be
No,
12.
I did it wrong. It's 51. I just realized. It's
Just a
51.
second. Let me come back to Bella because she said she wanted a little help. So, what we decided, Bella, is we wanted both of these to become 12ths. So what I like to do is I like to set up 2 separate equations. 17/4 times something equals 12, and 2/3 times something equals 12. And then all you have to do is look at this bottom denominator and figure out what you need to multiply it by. Well, I know that 4 times 3 is 12. Whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. So Ridian, we said that 17 times 3 is what? 51?
Yeah.
Okay,
I accidentally did
now
51.
my 17/4 became 51/12 because I needed to turn it into 12ths. Now, Bella L, can I come back to you with this second one and we'll turn this one into 12ths together?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my denominator. 3 times something equals 12. What would this number be? And you can look at our previous equation here. Do you see right here, Bella? What do we do on this one?
Oh, 4?
Yep. And then whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 2 times 4 is 8 12.
8.
Yep. Okay. So look at all the steps we did, you guys. We took it, we turned a mixed number into an improper. We found a common denominator. We are left with a completely new equation that will be much easier. We're now left with 51/12 minus 8/12. I'm gonna give you guys a quick second to solve that one on your own because that should be pretty easy. And then I'd love to hear, Bella, you have been absolutely wonderfully helpful. I would love to hear from someone else because I've heard a lot from Bella and Ridian today. Who else could help me? Bella, I'll give you some extra points in here. Love to hear from Kylie or Quinn or Tyler or Addie. Bella B, we haven't heard from you today.
I got the answer.
Oh my gosh, Bella L, we're just gonna keep going with you because you're a rock star today. All right, Bella, what do we need to do?
Minus 8 and 51,
We're doing up with.
43.
Okay.
And then
Now, I have 43/12. That's kind of funky. What can I do?
you can simplify.
Good. And what are you gonna do here?
Divide 43 and 12.
Okay, I could do that. Could I pull out some whole numbers? What do you think?
Yes.
How many times does 12 go into 43? If you're not sure, always skip count. So if you're not sure, skip count by 12s, and I'll help you down here. 12, 24, we can go further, right?
Yeah.
36, can we go further?
Yes.
And then we have 48. Uh-oh, what happened there? Too much, right?
Too much.
So you could say 12 goes in 1, 2, 3 times. You see that?
Yeah.
So 3 times 3 wholes would give me 36. How many 12ths would I have left over? You do 43 minus 36, and it'll tell you how many 12ths are remaining.
7.
Yay! Bella, 7 is prime. What does that mean? Can we go further with a prime number, or are we stuck?
We're stuck.
Bella, you are the greatest rock star in the world. All right. I'm going to make you guys a deal today. First of all, I want to leave this up here. I hope that we have all of this completed. The one thing you guys will notice is that we're starting to do a lot of these really multi-step problems. So for this one problem, we had to turn a mixed number into an improper. From there, we had to multiply both fractions to find common denominators. Then, once we had a common denominator, we had to subtract. And then we had to turn that answer back into a mixed number. Holy smokes, that was just one problem. I mean, Bella, thank you so much for being such a rock star. I hope you guys have all of this written in your notebook because it takes you through every single step of this problem solving. And I'm gonna make you